Here's how this simple, basic reverse hyperextension exercise helped save my lower back and allow me to do whatever I want to do physically today. And that's honestly not a huge exaggeration. Before I found the reverse hyperextension and understood the muscles and the reason behind doing it, I was in so much pain, and I would have back pain episodes so frequently that I could never progress anywhere. I could never build any strength. I could never get out of pain because every couple months I found myself in spasms so bad that I'd be crawling around the floor for a couple days. And the reason why the reverse hyperextension helped me get out of it was because after I really dissected the anatomy and talked to a lot of experts on what was going on with my back pain under the hood, was that I had a whole lot of muscles on my back. So basically all my hip extensors, the upper and lower glutes, the erectors, the QLs, the lats, everything that's involved in hip extension, I had all of these muscles seriously atrophy and lose a ton of strength and endurance. This was a huge problem because whenever I tried to do anything physical, like get back into working out or playing any sports I want to do, my back couldn't take it. These muscles had no strength, so they had no choice but to lock up whenever I put any sort of resistance on them. And then when I found the reverse hyperextension, I found a way to safely retrain these muscles to activate, work, and build strength and endurance again without taxing them like, say, a squat or a deadlift would and putting your body at risk. And to better illustrate this with actual muscle anatomy is when you go through back pain and your muscles atrophy, so for the sake of argument, let's say your erectors, your upper glutes, and your lower glutes are all seriously atrophied, they forget how to work. Some muscles in your back have to be taking up the slack and keeping you together, and those are most commonly going to be the QLs, the deepest lower back muscle, kind of your last line defense. Those will tend to spasm up and lock, and you'll be stiff, in pain, rigid, and you won't have a lot of strength or endurance because those muscles are hyperactive and everything else is underactive. And the only way you're going to get out of this, to teach the QL muscles to calm down and reintroduce the other muscles into working properly and functionally again, is to somehow reintroduce blood flow, strength, and movement into it with this reverse hyper exercise. Another good way to help the QLs calm down in the meantime is to massage them with a QL claw, but that's for another video. So where I think the reverse hyperextension is most beneficial and how it can potentially help you is if you went through a series of back pain where you couldn't really use your muscles for a long time because using them hurts, so you avoid using them altogether, so they got weaker, and you just perpetually spiraled downward into this deep, dark place of weakness and pain. The reverse hyperextension is definitely for you. The first time you do this, it's probably going to feel strange, taxing, but it should feel good. It should feel good to get reintroduced blood flow into these muscles, get them activated and working again. And after you do this for a couple sets, a couple times a week for a couple weeks, and yes, it doesn't happen overnight, you need to get some reps in with this movement, you'll slowly be able to do things again. So since you're training all these hip extensor muscles with the reverse hyperextension, these are the same muscles that are involved in bending over to pick something up, deadlifting off the ground. Anything where you're bending over is going to be using these muscles here, and this is probably the best and easiest way I've found to reintroduce strength into them. And here's me just doing a couple reps. A couple cues that I really like to focus on are pinching the glutes. So we don't want to just put all the stress on the poor spinal erectors and lower back muscles here. We want to also make sure our glutes are firing and working again. So kind of like you're pretending that you're squeezing a playing card between your cheeks at the top there. Make sure you're really pinching them and getting that activation at the top. And yeah, you can really do this anywhere. I'm doing it on a table here, but you can do this on a bench at the gym. I've seen guys do it on their countertops in their kitchens. Really anywhere where you can hold your legs over and swing them back safely. Some gyms even have resistance variations of this where you can add weight to kind of a pendulum around your feet, and then you can progress this into a weighted movement. All of that's great. All these variations are going to help work the same muscles. They're all going to reintroduce the blood flow activation. That is the goal of the exercise. And seriously guys, there's only a couple exercises that I seriously contribute my getting out of the dark, deep 7, 8 out of 10 of pain to the 3, 4, then being able to progress into where I am today. And 3 to 4 doesn't sound like sunshines and rainbows, and it's not, but compared to a 7 or 8, it's life-changing. So for me, in getting out of those first dark steps of back pain, the reverse hyperextension is one of the very few exercises that I attribute that to. Try it out, comment below what you think. Like the video. We need to spread this message, so make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, so that helps me in the algorithm so more people can see this. I really appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you soon and see you in the next one.